for a second, just so I can open up space for some other creators I do see in the spot below, so you can bring them up in a bit. Thank you again for sharing.
Yeah, no, appreciate having us up, guys. Much love to everyone, and we'll obviously still be here for the conversation. So have a good one, guys.
Same here. Perfect. Thanks very much. Cheers, Tommy. See you guys.
Good. Thanks for coming, guys. All right. So from our speakers we have here, is there a volunteer who would like to go next?
Just name one.
Okay. So Anouk and Streaming Art Wax. Let's go to Anouk first because you got your hand raised, and then we'll go over to Mr. Zander. Anouk, you've got the place. Will you please introduce yourself, Anouk Studios, share the name of your project you're working on, and give us a brief description of your game or your elevator pitch, please. Welcome.
Hey, thank you. I'm Likos from Anouk Studios. Probably lots of people know me and also my partners thanks to Farming Tales. And now I think it's almost 1 year and some month, we decide to launch our own company, Anouk Studios, and with a strange but cool project on Wax. The project is called Mining Architect, and basically we own a real mining farm in Iceland near Reykjavik, and we decided to split our physical miners into, and now people by the game are able to mine real coins using our NFTs into this small game. And the company is also working on other projects. We are doing both games and utilities. One of the most important projects we are going to kick out is a Wax to Cosmos bridge, and that's related to our mining architect, but it's also something really useful in this moment for the whole Wax ecosystem, I think. And we have a pretty big team right now. Between employees and collaborators, we are around 20 people. And we are also working on other pretty big games, not full blockchain games. We are aiming to deliver real games with hybrid solution. Like, I don't know, for example, I cannot say too much right now, but we are working to deliver on Epic Games some kind of survival game. And this game is going to have NFTs integration and a couple of play-to-earn dynamic.
Gotcha. So, and I've heard your name a lot, I heard your name a lot from lots of the different people in the community. Would you share a little bit like how long have you been developing, how you got to Wax, kind of like what brought you here?
Yes, we started from Wax because, as something said before, it's something like home. We landed on Wax, I think, in the early 2021. We were coming from other blockchains like Hives. And honestly, I think that Wax is probably the best blockchain for gaming right now, from the performance point of view, from the community point of view, from the easy user experience point of view. And even if we decide to go multi-chain for the future, and even right now, to be honest, since we are already on Cosmos with the mining architect, I think we really want to start from Wax even for the future. And we are not giving up on that, neither during this bear market.
I'm glad to hear it. I think Wax is the home of so many projects, and even as we go multi-chain, I think a lot of the community is something that was mentioned earlier, I think by Ryan, and the community here is what keeps people coming back. Is the community is strong, it's healthy, and it's not trying to think of the right word.
Yeah, we are choosing Wax also for not gaming project, to be honest, since it's probably the easier blockchain where people can start from. And since for our not gaming project, we are getting in touch with people not very used to blockchain, I think the experience on Wax is really easier than another blockchain, and it's really the right place to start for people.
Thank you. Forgive me if I didn't hear. Did you share, like, so for Mining Architect, is there like a lore or story to the game or anything like that?
No.
Like just like fun and gameplay, right?
No.
Sorry, go ahead.
When we start, we weren't thinking to make Mining Architect a game. It should have been more like a serious project where people can do some kind of social mining, since real mining now is really difficult, is not cheap at all, and if you don't have your mining at home, is a nightmare to start. So our idea was to create something that can allow people to invest something small, and still being able to access the mining world. And in the end, we decided to gamify the project, because our original idea seemed like financial security. So, according with Atomic Hub, we decided to make a small game around the project, changing a couple of dynamics and making it more easier, less serious, but also safer for everyone.
Yeah, that's a very it's a very good thing to be making is make you want it to be secure so everyone can play. So there's no worry, no one gets shook. Will you so is there do you have any upcoming major milestones or events planned?
Probably the major milestone right now is what we are going to deliver, the bridge from Wax to Cosmos. And I think it's a matter of days. We are almost ready. And I think next week, maybe, we should be ready with the first public test of the bridge.
And that is very, very exciting. Very cool. I think you've answered almost everything. Is there any? Sorry. So last question is there anything else that maybe I didn't ask that's important that you did want to also share with our listeners today?
No, just take a look on the project, guys, since it's something weird, but very, very cool.
All right, awesome. That's Lycos from Anouk Studios sharing about Mining Architect. And we'll open up for questions in just after our next speaker. Let me go ahead and invite Mr. Xander C. Up to the stage to talk a little bit about their project that they're working on.
Thank
Xander,
you, guys.
there you go. Thanks,
yeah, sure. Thanks, Tommy. Yeah, since I made it this week, finally. So yeah, streaming art is a project I made in 2021. I started it with the two other Twitch streamers. After a few months on Wax, and how I made it on Wax was probably the same story as majority of you. I saw the Alien World token on Binance. I had to look at it and I said, let me just check it out. And then I saw the game and then found the Wax blockchain and then started playing Alien Worlds. And after a while, I said, well, let me implement this for my viewers, because since Wax is gas free and the best blockchain around, I said, why not give my viewers a chance to earn some of these. I didn't call them NFTs. I called them like digital collectibles, because not everyone knew what NFTs were and stuff. So I said, let me start by just doing some scribbling and working from there, because that's basically, I'm not an artist, I'm not a developer. So I started with the tools I had to hand. So started from there. I had some some people interested, some didn't want to have anything to do with crypto. I tried to explain it's just digital art. It's like Pokemon cards. That was the best way I could have explained to them. So it's we collect them, and then you keep them there. And then once I started getting more and more involved, I started exploring collaborations like with Lycos, and Mining Architect was one of them, and before that with Farming Tales, same with him, because him and his team are great. So, and then even a few with the Agent K and their project, NFT lottery and stuff. So I expanded more and more, and started to make more NFTs for the collection, and then from there I started to speak with a friend that's developer, and we even made a token, a stream token, and now we have a token, and we have like a weekly raffle that's been going on for 7 weeks, and we're just doing collaborations with everyone and trying to get the Wax name out there for more and more streamers to get them involved and approach them in a more sensitive way rather than join crypto. So we're trying to approach more and more on digital collectibles, and then we start here. It's Wax. Don't worry, you don't have to pay anything. So yeah, if you have any more questions, I'm here.
And you've been doing the raffles for a couple weeks now. I know because I tune in while I'm working on it's on Friday, right, Xander? On Fridays, I like to end my week just listening to you chill. You do music and chill every Friday, right?
Yeah, me mumbling.
Fair enough.
It's been going on for 7 weeks now. This week's the 7th one, and basically what I do is I put in like 200 tickets out for the community. They're up for stream tokens or architect token, which is the Mining Architect, one of the tokens. So the architect tokens that I get from the sales, I'm gonna send him back so he can add to the community for them to earn through a new collaboration NFT, which is called Stream PC. His artist made it. So, and then the stream tokens that comes from sale, again, they are recycled in the community pool, so the community can earn them back. Instead of minting new tokens, I prefer to recycle them in the community. This way, keeping the token stable and just making the community happy with some NFTs.
Beautiful. And is there any new big milestones or any upcoming events?
I mean, everything's a big milestone for us because I'm new, and we recently added a burn mechanics. So now people that burned our old NFTs, they earn stream tokens for each. And another big stuff that we did is we have a new chatbot. So people come in our Discord or in the Mining Architect Discord. They verify their WAM. It's a bot, and they start earning stream tokens for every message they type. So it's an incentive for the community to stay active in Discord while earning some tokens.
Beautiful. All right, thank you so much, Xander, for sharing about Streaming Art Token and Streaming Art Wax project. So if you're listening below and you have questions for our speakers, Lycos from Anook Studios or Mr. Xander from Streaming Art, will you please go ahead and request to come up, raise your hand? Or if you're already up here, raise your hand, and we'll go ahead and facilitate that for you. Give folks a couple seconds. Alrighty. Oh, here we go. Martian has a question. Let me go ahead and invite the Martian up.
Oh boy.
All right, Martian, let's keep it clean. Let's keep it friendly. Don't scare Xander too much. What's your question for Anook, or is it for Xander?
No, just I want to say hi to Sander, and the whole community of streaming Wax. It's such great things everybody doing right now with the success of Wax Apes. I just want to lay that out there.
Thanks, Martian. All right, if we don't have any other guests coming up to speak, we've heard from two projects already that are doing things beyond just their game, and that we've heard from Hexagon team, who has their AR Wax Labs proposal cooking. We also heard from Lycos from Anouk, who is building a bridge through, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, you said Cosmos. This next speaker that I'm going to invite to join, to speak about their game is a Discord game. Let me welcome Aphelium. What's that, Ryan?
No, sorry, my phone started ringing as I started talking. So what I was going to say to Lycos is,
Hold on one second. Just make sure to mute your mic, please, if you're not speaking, so we don't have any of the background. All right, here we go. I'm muting. Go ahead and unmute. Try it now, Ryan.
There you go. I was just going to say to Lycos, I'm really glad that you said what you said there about Mining Architect wasn't supposed to be a game, more like a tool enabling players to mine basically through your miners, because it makes a lot more sense then for what happened. I'm really glad you said that. That's really cool. That's what I wanted to say.
Thank you, Adrian.
All right, so Aphelium, welcome. It's the first time I think I've had the chance to talk with you in a Twitter space. Able to join you. Go ahead and try talking. Looks like there might be some feedback or a mic issue. It's just picking up my echo. Okay, let me. Are you there, Philian? All right, let me come back. Let me come back around to you, Philian. Maybe we can work out the a little bit of mic feedback issue. If you need to join the space and come back, please do. We'll invite you right back up. Let me go ahead and turn now to Pixtalgia. Pixtalgia, are you ready? Sorry, let me unmute everybody. Pixtalgia, are you here? Is your mic working?
Hello, hello.
Oh,
You hear
awesome.
me?
Perfect.
Clear?
Yes, very clear. Gotcha.
Hello, thank you for the invite, and hello to everyone, to all the projects that have spoken already. All great projects, man. We are definitely building the future of games here on Wax. It's nice to see everyone, every face from this beautiful community. So, okay, I can introduce my project if you like. I think many of you are familiar, I hope, with Pixtalgia. We are a 2D action game. Actually, I believe, I'm not sure if I'm correct, but we might be among the first action, real playable 2D games on the chain, I think. My project started almost 1.5 years ago, and because many of us were kind of tired of the clickers. Nothing wrong with clickers game, you know, but I think I always thought there was the need for more games, you know. So real games like I'm personally in love with the classic retro games from the Nintendo and Amiga classic era. So that's why I followed my life dream and started working on a proper game. I was lucky to found a small team passionate developers, because I can't code myself, so I had to just very little, very basic. So I found a wonderful, very passionate small team, and yeah, we started this project, and with some, I think I can say, pretty original ideas, and yeah, we started creating our little world, our little game, which is one thing about Pixtalgia is we don't really have a lore, because the lore is mainly based about the community. So there is no special story. It's set in no specific time, because basically I wanted to allow every project, every creation from other creators on Wax to not feel out of place inside our game. So we, even if our main issue is development time, my developers are a really busy person, so all the time I'm trying to, I would like at some point to hire them full time, and that's our goal. Our main goal is to be able to have the two people that are working with me on the project to be fully dedicated to our project. This will be our dream, and we're trying so hard. Also, even if we always will be mainly focused on Wax, mainly because our heart is with the Wax community, and we are not really so much in touch with other blockchains, mainly because I don't use other blockchains that much. I try to reach out because I think multi-chain is always the best solution for every game project. But yeah, personally myself, I'm mostly in Wax. But yeah, we are looking all around. We are also on Polygon already. Our game is playable on Polygon, even if all the main features like prize earning, because we are not really a play to earn game, because I don't think most of those games are really sustainable, and I really care about the sustainability of the project, because I plan to build this game for a decade at least. So we're not really into tokenomics and stuff, but we give rewards to players. So actually, I would say there is a earn part on our game, but you earn NFTs from other creators. So the way we do our usual collabs, even as I was saying before, main issue is time to build. So I've kind of stopped to reaching out to other creators, even if anyone who wants to collab with us is always welcome. But mostly we have timing issues in building every new collab, every new creator spot. But our plan is to have other creators have their spots, their buildings, and their characters in the game, and players can complete their quest for their from these creators and earn NFTs from them. And we also try to make it more sustainable, to make some little, very nothing big actually, but we try to purchase and also from the floors of other creators involved. So we also try to support the creators that collaborate with us and that give away NFT prizes. So one of the features I'm more proud about is giving NFT prizes from creators to the players, so we can also showcase many other projects. And many times players told me that they learn about many collection this way, meeting NPCs in game and collecting their NFTs. And we have a lot coming, a lot more coming, even if, as I said before, the development at times can be painfully slow compared to every idea that I have and I would like to build the game. But for now, that's how it is. and hopefully we will be able to have more development time at some point. We're trying hard, also looking for smaller chains that might be giving out grants. We are now currently talking with a couple of them, and maybe try to I mean, I have so many ideas. Sorry that it's hard for me to stay on a topic, but we were thinking like, now if you play Pixtalgia, you will see that the player starts in Waxwell, which is a small city where who is the home to many of the creators you are familiar with on the chain. And this is the Wax area, and is the only area for now that has been built. But our plan is to build more areas for all the different chains that the game will be on. So players from different chains will be able also to interact with each other and to explore different areas. So the plan is to bring players from other chains and vice versa, and every chain might have something exclusive. So we are also reaching out to other chains and to build something specific for them, and but still the players from other chains will be able to discover about Wax and learn about the other creators on the Wax blockchain, which again is where my heart lies. So I think it will always be one very special town for our players, the first one, the original town, and probably the one with the most thriving community of creators. So that will always be the main city, of course. But we are also looking for more proposals, because we could definitely use some bigger budgets and to buy more development time to maybe enlarge our team. We will actually like to find at least one other developer, even if that's been really hard to we couldn't find the right person.
Allah'ım ölmek üzereyim.
Sorry?
Yok yok sana demedim.
Go ahead, Peter.
Okay, sorry. If you have any question, please stop me, because
Yeah, well, I don't want to interrupt. I did want to
no,
say
please,
something.
please
Okay, all right.
interrupt, because I can, otherwise I will lose my focus and just speak forever. So
Okay,
please,
all right. Well,
please go.
so this is the second time I think you've been on a Wax Wednesday spot.
Yes,
last time was
absolutely.
in March. You were celebrating your anniversary, your 1 year anniversary, right?
Yes, yeah. We had a great event at the NFTopia. Really funny.
Yeah, and then I think when you mentioned talking about, you're going to other chains, you're looking to spread out, but that Wax, you start out in Wax City. When you run through the game, it's almost, to me, like when I last was playing it almost seemed like going almost down like a history, like a hall of history of kind of stuff that's been happening on Wax. Is there do you wait for collabs to reach out to add people in, or there's like certain things and certain events that you see and you're like, oh, I need to add this in right away. It's such a big deal. We have to have it in our game. How do you kind of decide what to build when you're building a town?
Well, no, we actually, if anyone asks me about a collaboration or having something from their collections in game, mainly I will accept, because someone wants to have something built in Pixtalgia, 99% I would accept. I don't know. Can you still hear me? Am I having?
Yep, I can hear you.
So I would like to add everyone who likes the game and likes the idea of being part of the game. So anyone that would like to, I will be happy to add them and build something for them. Main issue is time, because I kind of stopped to ask for collaborations, because sometimes maybe I've promised people, I've talked with people telling, oh, we can have a special area for you, or we can, of course, all free, because we never asked money or anything from other projects. We at max we can ask for NFTs or sharing the word. That's it. We never do paid collaboration, of course. So sometimes maybe I've told other project that we would have made a big area, big boss, incorporate some of their characters as enemies and stuff. But yeah, sometimes we have other priorities like fixing bugs or building on core features. Like lately, we've been very busy with behind the scenes stuff, like with Web3 features. So we weren't able to add much actual game content, so it takes a lot of time, and that's the only reason that sometimes keeps us from collaborating with other projects. But I have so many in line, and if you want something simple like just a character to show up in the game, that can be done fairly quick. So yeah, basically we're up to collaborate with everyone, and anyone that likes to have their character inside the game, we will add. As when it comes to more complete, more complicated features, that will take time, but at some point I think we will get to everything. So enemies or mini games based on other collection, that can be a thing. Levels, I would like to build whole areas for themed around the other collection, also because there are so many cool collections that have great themes that could fit to our game perfectly. I think of Broken Dolls. Like, I would always have loved to make something with him in this collection, because it just fits the gaming theme so much. He has these creepy characters, and that will make a funny game world. So, but also that's been on hold for so much, because we had to focus on a lot of other stuff. Also, our space game that's been taking a lot of time as well. So yeah, time is always the main issue, but as far as collaboration, we are always up to add something small, like a banner, a poster. If you go around the Wax City in Pixelgia, you will see many posters of other creators and collection and a lot of stuff.
Awesome. I think it's exciting, and I love looking at the different characters that you've built. Kind of just like saying hi to them, even though you're not interacting directly, but seeing people from the community in the game, I think is one of the treats that makes me think so fondly of Pixelgia when it comes to my mind.
Yeah, thanks. And there's going to be a lot more, because our universe, our game is always evolving. It's always going to be updated. Again, it can be slow, it can be buggy at times between an update and the other. So now we are mainly trying to fix all the issues that players report, because players are amazing. It's crazy. It's incredible to be able to develop a game with the help from the players that help us fix bugs and report stuff that is not working. So yeah, another good feature of our game, I'd say, that is always evolving, always updating. It's going to be much bigger. We are going to add a lot of more mini games, like the space section, that it's kind of fresh. And it's another game. It's a 2D space shooter that you can play, and at the end of the game, soon it's going to take you to the planet Aik from Alien Wars, which we had a collaboration planned, but again, that's been taking a lot more time than we initially thought. So we had to finish this space section before landing the players to Aik, but it's coming. Hopefully next month we should be able to land the players on the planet Aik, and we plan a lot more with the Alien Wars collaboration as well. So yeah, there's always news at Pixelgia. The game is always evolving, and really hope to keep building and making it a way better game with time.
Awesome. I'm excited to hear about the planned collaboration with the AIC. And I know Xander will beat me up, so I always pronounce that wrong. But Peter, thank you so much for joining again, sharing about Pixtalgia. And if you'll stick around, we may have some questions from the audience, or you may have questions yourself in just a second here now.
Of course. Thank you,
sir. Thank you. Moving along that kind of theme, you're just talking about a space game now. This game that I'm about to bring up, I believe, is also set in space. Aphelium, you want to go ahead and unmute, and we'll test your mic?
Hello, can you hear me now this time?
Yes, I can hear you now, Mirta. Thank you so much.
Perfect.
All right, so this is Mirta. We have our community manager from Aphelium team is going to talk a little bit about Aphelium. So will you please start off, so introduce yourself, share the name of the project, and then give us a brief description or elevator pitch of Aphelium, please. Thank you.
Well, Aphelium is a premium play-to-earn game universe that brings together Discord and a dedicated website. It's set on an unexplored planet somewhere in the universe. It features a character leveling system, skills, crafting, exploration, work, quests, alien encounters, and we work hard to keep it constantly evolving. On Discord, players can engage in simple daily actions and creating their routine and sticking with it. And they can also connect with the community to earn more rewards. And for deeper interactions, players can use our website, including the Zero feature. They can interact with their lands, equip their astronauts, meet NPCs, and create more advanced strategies. The website kind of serves as a command center. It provides resources and features to optimize the gameplay experience. Well, the planet is divided into lands that players get to earn constant income of the planet's resources, like crafting food, items, metals, and buildings from them. It can be played from any device where Discord is available, so it offers flexibility, whether you have a few minutes or several hours to spare. Our aim is to bridge the gap between investors and gamers, so we try to provide economic opportunities for both of them.
Awesome, perfect. So how long has Aphelium been in development? I heard about it, I think I want to say maybe a month or two ago first, then I obviously learned more when I was able to reach out to you and speak to you a little bit. Will you share a little bit more about the development?
Well, the game has an evolution of a previous project. It started 2 years ago, I guess. It has been adapted and changed according to our needs. We created the server nearly 1 year ago, and since then, I guess we never stopped.
Beautiful. And then this, you mentioned astronauts, items, and sharing, and this is all completely played on Discord. Is it all consumed, or sorry, is it all contained within Discord? You have to have Discord to play it?
I mean, yeah, you have to have Discord, but I mean, the daily actions are being done on Discord, and the others, the more complex actions are being done on website instead.
Awesome. And then you mentioned, so it kind of, Aphelium kind of morphed from one project that started a little while ago and now into its current state. Would you mind sharing maybe a couple of the milestones you've already passed? And then I know you've got something coming up very soon. Will you share about that as well? Please?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we managed to have more than 300 players along the journey, and we brought about 100 players to create and use the testnet wallet to try the game. It's one of our milestones, I guess. We have successfully released and tested a big portion of the game. This includes an interactive section of the website where players can interact with our main land. And soon before beta, they will also be able to interact with their own lands. And our next milestone should be, I guess, the beta launch on July 6th. But before that, I want to mention a bit of our planned developments. Like, for example, we are constantly developing it right now, and we have interactive land and its management on the website. It's almost ready at the moment. We have rent of the tools, and it's also almost ready. We have recently started to work on spaceship system, and we will implement fighting system, alien taming, building implements, And these will probably going to be implemented during beta before our token release. And about the land sale itself, I mean the beta release, it's going to feature a prize pool of 5,000 USD in VAX. And you can participate without owning any NFTs, but NFTs will make your life easier, of course. I mean, you can increase your chances during the tournaments. And also, we just released, I mean, a couple of minutes ago, we just released our investor NFTs. When you stake these NFTs, you'll receive a share of the NFT sales for a lifetime. There are many other perks, of course. You can find more information in the PDF link to the NFT. And if you're interested in being one of the shareholders, or if you're just curious, you can ask any questions. You can reach us from any social medias we have. We're always ready to share some information with you.
Perfect. And then now, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm under the impression Ethereum started on a different blockchain and then morphed or migrated to Wax. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's correct.
What was it about Wax that brought you here? I
mean, we were meant to be on Polygon, but we changed our mind because of Wax's incredible friendliness in the NFT management and gaming experience. I mean, no fees, fast transactions, easy NFT management. And we also have a Medium post actually about that. I mean, it explains all about this. So we first streamed about it and took some questions about some of our worried community members and shared that article I was talking about. And then after sharing it, we created a poll. We asked the community and they also agreed with us about migrating to Wax. And we also made some members that didn't even know about Wax before. I mean, they joined us in this journey and we're very happy to have them.
I'm happy to have them as well. Cool. I think you've answered most of my questions. Let me ask you this: what is your favorite thing to do right now in Ethereum as you play as a player? What is your thing that brings you back every day? You know, what is your favorite?
I love to explore, but I mean, since it's not a tournament right now, exploring is much more random. And normally you spend AP, I mean our token, in-game token. But for now, we are all rich because it's not a tournament and we can spend as much as we want. So, I mean, spending as much as we want and just exploring all the planets is the most fun thing we can do right now. And we meet all the aliens. And even if they give us penalties, which is a cruel burning system for some of our members, I mean, even if we get penalties right now, it doesn't matter so much, but I don't know if people will use it that much in the real tournament.
Well, time will tell. Absolutely. And you said the beta launch is July 6th?
Yeah.
So that's next Thursday, everyone listening below. Awesome. Mirta, thank you so much for joining. I hope it wasn't too nerve-wracking. I know I was getting jitters before we started today's space too.
Oh, thanks so much. I'm really happy to be here.
Absolutely, we're happy to have you. All right, everyone who is listening below, those are the speakers that we've got up right now. If you have any questions for the Ethereum team or Pixtalgia, will you please go ahead and request to speak? We'll bring you up and you can ask your questions. If you don't have questions, that's fine too. This was very... Oh, Agent? Ryan, go ahead.
Hey. So I just wanted to say to Mirta's in this room actually, Pixtalgia, Xander, Unix Studios, Consumer Break, and Ethereum are all partners of mine in the non-fungible lottery. And I was just talking to Mert in the last couple of days, and we're going to be getting together again. So on the lottery, and she'll be coming on stream with me. So anybody that has any questions, if you don't get to have it now, come and do it then. We'll promote it before the time, so we already know she's going to be there. But it is very exciting what they are doing, how they've integrated Discord so well. My question though is this beta out of testnet, or is this going live? That's my question. Already?
It's gonna be on mainnet. It's gonna be on mainnet.
Good girl. That's fantastic. Great. So, it's
Thank
time.
you.
Good stuff. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Alrighty. Any other questions from our audience? No? Okay. All right, so now if you didn't get the call from me yesterday when I was listening to some folks, and you have a game that you'd like to come up and talk about, I'd like to invite you up to come up. First person I'm going to call on to come up and talk is going to be Consumer Break, because I know that you have a game for a fact, and I think we're also getting really close. We're 30 days out now from an exciting event at the end of July. So Consumer Break, if you'd like to come up and share, thank you. There, please go on ahead. Hold on, we got another request. Raw Cards, do you have a question for our developers? Go ahead while we're waiting for Consumer Break to come up, if you'd like. Well, Raw Cards and Consumer, please, go.
Hey, what's up, folks? Sorry, my phone's about dead, but I got her plugged in now. How we doing?
Very good, very good. Before you launch into the Consumer Break, I think Raw Cards has, is it a question, Raw Cards? Do you have a project?
It's a project. It's a project.
Okay, cool. Let's why don't you go ahead, go first, and then we'll go to Mr. Breakman.
Okay. Hello, guys. It's been a long time since I've been talking in one of these. If you don't know who we are Roller Cards. We're essentially just collectibles collection. Our cards don't have utilities at the time, but we were also making a game since last year's called Giveaway Bot, and we got to the point where we had 2 demos. Mainly the game was going to be a Mario Party type game with a board and mini games. And we got to the point where we had 2 demos, one demo for the board and one demo for the for one mini game. They are out there. You can play them. You can play them also in a multiplayer fashion, like with 3 friends. And then we decided to change the technology, and that's taking a lot of time, more than we thought we will get in. So that's the phase we are in right now, changing the tech so it can handle more players and more rooms, etc. So that's the status of the game right now.
Cool. Well, let's see if Tommy can come around. Any goals for your projects, Rocard? For this year, for example?
What I would like is to get to the point that we were before, but with the new tech. Make more mini games. Try to push a first beta. We already made a first sale of bots last year. There are like 50 bots out there waiting for the game to be completed, and the aim is that everyone can play. But if you have a bot, you will get some game token. The token is already made. The contracts are functioning. Each bot is passively mining. I try to be consistent with giving tokens each Saturday, and when we have a raw sale, you can get some of those using the tokens, but we haven't had one of those in weeks. So that's like the only utility for the token right now. But yes, answering your question, we would like to get to the point where we were before with the project, but with the new technology.
Thank you for that, and thank you, Xander, for taking over really quick while Twitter tried to rug me. So sorry for that. I tuned out for a second. RAR cards. This is a project that was native to Wax, if I'm remembering correctly. Is that correct? Am I correct? And if so, or what was it about the Wax blockchain that kind of caught your attention to want to build here?
Sorry, I didn't get the last part of the question.
So if I recall, I think this is a native Wax project. Correct me if I'm wrong. And if so, or if not, what is it about Wax that inspired you to want to build on this blockchain versus maybe another blockchain?
Oh, okay. Yes, this is a Wax project. It doesn't involve any other blockchains, and we took it was like the collection was first, and then we went from that. This is like our third year, I think, on Wax. And so we started with the collectibles, and then we embraced the technology for the gaming part.
Awesome. Is there anything else you want to share about RAR cards? Where is there like where do you like to hang out? Is it on Discord, Twitter, Telegram? What's your favorite social kind of community site that you use to congregate?
We do Twitter and also Telegram, but not that much. We tried Discord, but it's like too many social media, so Discord is like dead until we have something to share.
I hear you. Monitoring a lot of Discords can sometimes become very time consuming. Absolutely. Well, thank you. Go ahead.
No, I said yes.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much. It takes guts to come up here and speak, especially, coming right up from the crowd. So thank you for sharing. And then we'll have Q&A for, if anyone has questions for RAR cards, we'll go ahead and open the floor up to our audience in just a moment. I would like to also hear from Breakman, Consumer Break. Let me hand the mic on off to you. Welcome. You're one of the first games, I think Puzzle Break was one of the first games I actually kind of saw that looks like as polished as it did. So Breakman, please introduce yourself, share the name of your project for anyone who might not know of you yet, and then just give us a quick description, sir.
Hey, thank you very much. Wow, one of the first games you saw that's polished. I appreciate you saying that, huh? Consumer Break is a mobile game. It has jigsaw-style puzzles on it. They're pretty unique. They're not like jigsaw shapes. They're glass-like shapes. It kind of looks like the puzzle's broken apart into glass shapes. It's off-chain. It's not actually built on the chain. It's not on any chain. It's just a mobile game. And it was built before we got into crypto. I have a very long story to get to this point. A lot of trial and error trying to figure out how to make a game on your own. Isn't that right? Indie gaming, right? Because I'm not a developer. That's the thing. I created it. I designed it. And I'm not going to go into the full story. If somebody is interested, consumerbreak.com/story. I decked it all out right there. And these puzzles have advertisements on them pretty much, but we make ads fun. It's not interrupting you. You're engaging with the advertisement and the sponsor. You're spending 1 to 10 minutes memorizing the image in order to do well, because it's very fast paced. The pieces are generated every time, so the pieces are different for every game, and you kind of have to memorize the content in order to score well. And then you get on a leaderboard to see your score. You get 10 tries to get your best score, and then we have giveaways on every single game from the sponsors. So it can be, as of a while now, it's been mostly giveaway based. So not only the top scores win every single time, although that's totally doable. It's whatever the collab partner wants to do, really. But with the giveaways, we usually have entries for scoring on the leaderboard, and then you'll win NFTs or Wax, or any other prizes, whatever the collab project wants to do, because it's a completely collab based. We do have our own NFT project as well, Consumer Break. It's an art collection that kind of accompanies the game, that was created after the game. So that was kind of like a way to just add gaming to the collection, or add prizes to the game in a sense. But it's meant to collab with other projects, and we started a few years ago. I did a lot in 2020 to try to get Web2 sponsors, projects, brands, and I ran into walls and walls and walls, because traditionally sponsors, they need a lot of players before they listen to anything, and so the pitch to have them share it to their audience, it kind of goes above their heads a lot of times. They only want new eyeballs. So I tried many things. We gave out lots and lots of cash prizes from investors as well in 2020 to try to grow the app. And it was very difficult, because if you don't have all those tons of players, then this concept is a bit of a catch-22. But then in 2021, a friend introduced me to Wax and taught me all about NFTs, and how the projects here are totally willing to collaborate no matter what your size is. And I got into that, and sure enough, I've been at it for over a year now. Every week we've had a new collab with a Wax project. So at this point, it's been over 50 of them, and it's fantastic. I've loved the space, and I've also started streaming a year ago too. So now since then we're doing Twitch interviews and AMA streams, and playing Growfish and a lot that way. That's kind of paired with it. So it has become kind of a Wax game, but it is open to anyone to collaborate and become a project that gets showcased on the puzzle. But that's kind of the gist of everything. Well, sort of. See, I do. I'm a man of many hats, kind of like Agent K, also a fellow streamer. Shouts. But I also have like two other apps that are coming soon. They're using the same puzzle game style, but instead of NFTs and prizes, it's going to focus on content for kids. So educational content will be Student Break, and then there's Bible stories illustrated and narrated as puzzle games. That's Bible Break. In the future, there's going to be Story Break with any other kinds of stories. Kind of just creating a powerhouse of puzzle games here, but it's all using the same kind of platform. It's just reskinned and marketed differently. And then lastly, NFTopia Convention is a virtual convention I co-founded with Waffles Kitty, who organized DigiCon in the past. So it's like DigiCon, but we're doing all sorts of events and different things. And that kind of goes with Consumer Break too, where we're so collab focused and stuff like that. Our next event is July 28th through the 30th. And booths are only $15 until Saturday. If anybody wants to get in there, we got one heck of a weekend planned for that. So it's all kind of goes hand in hand, and I'm just rolling with it. It's all basically myself doing like the head of things, the marketing, the face of it, design, collaborating with the projects, making the content. All of that is me. The only thing I don't really do is the development, which is outsourced, and has been a huge hurdle through the years on finding the good devs and making it all work. And then just like Puzzler Shouts is our mod, but other than that, it's just the community, and that's where it's worked out the best so far. And looking forward to the future as well.
You know, you've got a good face, Breakman, and so if you're gonna be the face of the project, I don't think that's gonna hurt you at all. So I think you're doing yourself definitely doing well there. July 28th, we should have you on a Wax Wednesday space on July 26th. What do you for that to hype up NFTopia? I think we should set that up.
Yeah, I think that was already set up. No, maybe not, but yeah.
Well, this is the first time anyone's hearing about it. That's not you and me. So everybody, we will be having a Wax Wednesday space a little later. We'll be doing the NFTopia hype again. I'm excited to host these two fine folks to join us for that. That'll be towards the end of next month. And then Breakman, I didn't think just when you were saying it, how you have to, you know, when I've messed with Puzzle Break, it's not really tried to. I've never thought to memorize the image. I'm always just like kind of glance at it and then just do my best trying to fit the pieces together like a normal puzzle. but that's really ingenious. That like you memorize the ad and then put it together to get a score. That's
Yeah,
you know
and
that's the one sure as hell way to get someone to look at just
thank
stuff.
you. And yeah, and like I say, we've been at it for a few years. We've had hundreds of puzzles also before Wax even, and doing this, and not that we've had tons of players because we haven't, but we had plenty of players to really test this whole thing out. And you absolutely get better. It's extremely skill based, and you absolutely get better with time and with memorizing the image. I say it every stream when I show it that you have your 10 attempts to get your best score. So you use your first attempt to just solve it, and then you can look at the image as long as you want. And then if you do sit there and try to memorize everything about it, and the colors and the text, whatever, and it's literal. Usually it's it's actual advertisement, like an ad, uh, showcasing a sponsor. But there's also the prizes there. So it's showcasing the prizes and it's incentivizing that way. But then, yeah, if you do memorize it and if you have that photographic memory, you're going to get your rest of your attempts. It's very, very fast. So it helps you score better in doing that.
Awesome. I'm excited to see the other stuff that you're coming out with as well. The student break, the bubble break, especially kind of stuff that's for kids. Not that, you know, I'm trying to push kids to get into crypto, but I think it's a fun way. Doing the puzzles is a fun way to teach yourself. And I really am a fan of what you're doing. So I just want to put that out there.
Thank you. Yeah, pretty much. Exactly. There's not going to be NFTs pushed in the game, but they are all connected. Especially if the parents are liking the game, they can click right on over and see Consumer Break. And then also, as who knows what the future holds, but you know, I think there's awesome Web3 elements that can be implemented to kids' games too, especially as things get even bigger and better. And this is a heck of a vehicle to kind of do that. Things like AR rewards. You know, you mentioned AR just earlier, and I love the AR NFTs that Nifty BC makes, where you see the 3D model inside your phone and you can like manipulate it. And that kind of tech isn't mainstream, but kids are the ones that would really love that stuff. So think like games where they already have games where they get rewarded with different things in games. But think, oh, you can win this model. Like if it might be a trophy, whatever it is, it could be themed around the subject that they're playing, which is even cooler. So if they're learning about volcanoes, I don't know what, or cars or something, then they can win a little model of it that is an AR model, and they can manipulate it and things. And then if I don't, who knows how NFTs and the laws and stuff like that will continue. But like whenever there's NFTs for kids too, if they're not buying it, if it's an in-game asset that they can win and earn and doing different things, and then they can flip it per se, flip it on the market. It doesn't really have to be with crypto either. The point is that they're owning it and they can trade around with their friends. All of this, I think, is just really cool stuff to get into and potentially push out into the mainstream better as years go.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Agent K has a question. Thank you. I was about to break it into the AMA. Mr. Ryan, go ahead.
Nice one. I was just going to say, Consumer Break has been, like I said, I partnered up with these guys with the lottery, but I also partnered with Breakman with moon mining. And I want to say to you guys that have projects out there that haven't collaborated with him yet, it does work. Guys, his puzzles do work. People play the puzzles and come into the server and ask questions and get involved in the game. I just want to say that it is one of those projects out there that is collaborating and it does work.
Oh, well, thank you. That's actually really cool to hear. Because like I said, we don't have thousands of players, but the players we have are very, very engaging. It's all Wax people. And it's a way to engage.
Yeah, you got a couple of guys.
Engage your own audience.
Sorry,
so when you have a puzzle, you share it to your own fans, and then they play. They get on the leaderboard. They share it and stuff. They watch the streams. They win stuff on the stream. So it's just a good. And the same thing for NFTopia. Like if you get a booth and we talk about it there and have stream there, it's all just getting more Wax people checking out other Wax projects really well.
That's it, man.
Beautiful. All right, now we have one other speaker who joined. First off, before we go into that, is there anyone else below who has questions about Brakeman or RAR cards, go ahead and raise up your hands. Throw your hands in the air. No? Okay. All right, we have one last speaker who joined. I'm just confirming they are still able to speak because I believe that they are commuting right now. Ardhall, would you like to share a little bit about some of the projects you've participated in as a developer?
Yeah, how's everybody doing? You hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Great. And yeah, I appreciate it. I'm in between right now. I found a spot to stop so I could talk for a few minutes for everybody. Anyway, so a lot of you guys probably know me or some of our projects. I'm one of the co-founders with Metasource Games. We created Castles NFT, Farmer Pets, and of course we've collaborated with a ton of projects on Wax, including Consumer Break, good friends of ours too. So I highly recommend them also. And we have a new project coming very soon that just barely we've started talking about, which is called Starship Beyond. It is actually a app game that will be on Android, iOS, and it will also be playable on PC. It's a little pixel retro action RPG. It will, of course, have integration with Wax. We do hope to also cross-chain integrate with a couple other chains in the future, just for convenience for everybody. But we have a lot of cool stuff coming. If you guys are interested in, a little less clicker and a little more action gameplay, that's, it's all skill-based. It's not going to be pay to win kind of situations. We recommend you guys check it out, give it a look. We've got some videos already available. You can jump in the Discord and read the white paper, things like that. Hopefully it'll be a lot of fun. It is actually very soon going to have a demo release. The demo will be probably for people who come in as founders only at first. But when the game releases, it will be free to play.
Sick. Did you mention which Discord where they can find and join and learn more about this upcoming game?
Yeah, so if you're already in the Castles Discord, there's a link in there. So that's a pretty easy place to jump to the new Discord. Otherwise, if you jump into my history, I think my pinned message has a Discord link attached down at the bottom. Just follow it. It should have a Discord link that's set to not expire, so anybody can jump in.
Awesome. And you said like the next big milestone is going to be kind of like a public, a limited closed beta.
Yeah, exactly. So it's already playable right now. In fact, I've got a demo build. I've got a couple of different people doing some tests. We're having fun with it, but of course, we want to clean up a couple of things before we get more players in to really test it. It is also multiplayer. Right now, we're thinking up to maybe 4 players at a time, but that's not a hard limit. It's just something that we'll see how much the game can handle. It's only been tested with 2 or 3 players right now, but it is quite a bit of fun. Lots of just running around and smashing monsters in real time, dodging projectiles that are flying at you, swinging an axe, having a good old time. It's pretty fun.
Awesome. And then through, I know you've, with Metasource, you've developed and worked on a couple different projects. What is it about Wax that is alluring to you as a developer?
Well, one of the main things that we love about Wax is that it's so accessible. It can be a little hard for a new user to come into Wax, but once they're in, and it's so easy. I think we all have probably seen it many times when a user comes from gaming on Ethereum and other chains. They have that pain point of always having to worry about gas fees and always having to worry about transaction times and things like that. And then they come to Wax and they're like, oh man, my transactions are fast. My fees are non-existent. everything is so smooth. The marketplaces are so easy to use. You know, there's just so many amazing quality of life features that just make it so easy once you know how to do it. And that's just one of the main things that we really love. It wouldn't be possible. I mean, there are so many great games on Wax that just would not be possible without that awesome quality of life.
I couldn't have said it better myself. If I was a developer, I'm sure I'd be parroting what you're saying right now too. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining us. I know you're you said you're getting on a plane, right? Or you're driving. I hope that you have a safe drive, a safe flight. And thanks for taking the time to kind of come up and share.
Thank you very much. Take care, guys.
Tommy, you still here?
Am I talking while muted that whole time?
Yeah, you were muted.
Classic. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so thank you. I think I said as a dev, I'd probably be parroting the same things that Ardhal said there. I will go ahead and open this up for, this is your last chance. If you're in the audience below and you have a question for one of our developers about their game or their project, go ahead and go ahead and raise your hand now. We'll bring you on up. And if not, we'll go ahead and shut it down. Thank you, Xander. Yeah, take a deep breath, right? I should have started the space up this one. Take a deep breath. Let's all be calm and have a nice space. All right. I'm not seeing any hands. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up the show. So already, Wax Verse. Let's conclude our show for today. Let me thank all of the developers who stayed up late to join our space and share upcoming details for the projects, and also thank all those who woke up early to join us. Just running through it real quick. We had, thank you, Ryan from Rogue Planet, Mirta from Ephelium, Lycos from Inuk. He's just trying to come up. Sorry, Lycos from Inuk. Let me thank also Breakman from Consumer Break, Kuma and Anders from the Pixagon team, Xander, of course, from Streaming Art. I think I've hit everybody. Rockhards, you came up too. Thank you. And then Ardhal as well. Thanks for joining and chatting. King B, you wanted to mention something before we broke for the day?
Yeah, sorry. Thank you for having me. I couldn't figure out how to do the emoji thing on there to put the hand up, so I just hit request, and I finally found it. But I wasn't sure if I was too late. But I'm new to being a game maker, and it's been a tough approach to it. I'm just wondering, for a general question to every other person who's made a game so far or is working on one, when would be a good time to start introducing everyone to that game? I don't want to draw in hype or anything too soon or too early. So when would be a good time for that?
Maybe Lycos or Ryan or Ardhal. Yeah, go ahead, Ardhal.
Hit the question again.
So I can repeat the question. That basically the idea is how soon is too soon to start talking about the game, getting hype going, and it's a tough one to answer, to be perfectly honest. With Castles and Metasource games, we almost had like a year and a half before we finally had a released product with Castles. I know it's been a long time now, but it was a long time building, and that was probably too long. Some projects, I mean, if you look at just Web 2 space, sometimes you hear about a project and then it takes 8 years to come out. Sometimes, oh, look, see, people honking here. Sometimes you have a project that you release information on and it comes out a couple months later. Honestly, it depends on your audience, but I would think, when you're ready to have some kind of release that isn't going to be too far off, that's kind of the rule of thumb for me lately has been, a couple of months at most lead time. I mean, everybody's going to have a different opinion probably, but I just think if you've got something that you're ready to show, you've got gameplay, you've got demo, or you've got some really great concept art that you can start showing, then hey, that might be ready to show. But if it's going to take a year, you don't necessarily want to build a Discord and then have it slowly drag while people are waiting for updates. So it is definitely a balancing act.
Gotcha. Thank you, Joshua. Yeah, I guess that's where I have to figure everything out at then, because right now it's a no fun project being made, and it's just me, another 2D artist, and another 3D artist making it. So it's a very small team. It's going to take a while. I just trying to get everything under control, get the roadmap still figured out, and then balancing all the bugs that are going to happen, and just a lot to figure out. So I wasn't sure when to start it all for the hype and showing stuff. So thank you for that. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, feel free to send me a DM. I mean, I've been developing in this space for a long time. I'd be happy to give you pointers and stuff. So I can connect you with other builders too if you guys have any issues with connecting to Wax, stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, we're always willing to help out too. So definitely reach out to other builders.
And then just the best way to connect with your Wax team. If you haven't been to the wax.io//community page, everything is right there. Community blog posts, portal to the Atomic Ads for Wax Club Wallet, project representative sign up sheet, partnership form, and I think that's it. I know I'm going to get beat up if I forgot something there. I know Marty's going to kick my ass, so hopefully I got them all right. Ryan?
I was just, man, what Joshua said was bang on. I can't really add to that. I was just going to say, before Joshua did, I was going to say, look, if you want a DM, hit us up. Like it's one thing about Wax, what I've noticed is people help people, right? And that's it. So yeah, if you need something, give us a shout.
Thank you.
No worries, man. But yeah, just to touch on that, you must be careful, because, for example, Rogue Planet, we started showing it and put out a roadmap, which is now it's already a month off, and this was what, 2 months ago, and it was because of IRL work. IRL work came and took him away, and that was it. I lost him for 3.5 weeks. So being the developer, I lost for 3.5 weeks. So things can happen, and it really slows down what you're trying to do. So you've got to be, I think you should, as you say, get your roadmap ready, get your stuff ready, have as much of everything as you can have ready. Not necessarily the full game, but if you guys are already trialing the game or something like that, then that's pretty far. It's way further than a lot of projects that start with one NFT. And a lot of projects do start with one NFT or a couple of packs to fund their project like that, and it begins like that. And a lot of them don't make it, that do that. So you got to be careful how you do it. But yeah, give Josh there's a lot of people in this chat that you could actually ask these questions to, that would be able to help you.
Yeah, I don't think I could have put it better. Thanks, Ron. All right, folks, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Let me go through again and thank all of our speakers. Those who stuck around all the way to the end. Thank you very much, Joshua, for joining. Hopefully have a safe trip. Lycos from Anook, thank you. Ryan from Agent K from Rogue Planet. King B from Project Not Yet Disclosed, right? Don't let me kick the hype off too early for you. Pixtalgia, always good to have you join us. Thank you so much. RAR Cards, thank you for joining us as well and sharing your project and coming up to speak. Consumer Breakman and Aphelium, much love. Let me also shout out to the Pixagon team, Kuma and Anders, who did come and join. And also, one person, they had to leave. We couldn't bring them up in time, was Ryu from the Waxel Ninjas, was in here, but weren't able, I think he had to go. So they had to go, so they weren't able to really share and chat. So thank you all for joining. Thank you so much, everyone who came to speak. And don't let me forget Mr. Xander from the Streaming Art Wax community and project for saving my bacon when Twitter tried to rug me and keeping it going. Thank you so much.
No,
Right, yep, go ahead.
You had it in the bag. I was just a backup.
Thanks, baby.
Twitter
Yeah.
rug you. What?
All right,
What
so
are the
then maybe, if you're also, let me thank all of our listeners who came and showed up to listen to this. All of you listening now who had questions or asked questions, all of you who are listening to this recording later, thank you so much for joining us. Next week, I'll be out for Wax Wednesday, so we won't have a space. We will be returning with a fun set of spaces held throughout July, planned to hosting another game space. I'm setting up a check-in with our CTO, Mr. Lucas Slika, as we start Q3, kind of give us a roundup on Q2 and what's coming up ahead. And don't forget, you heard it here first, NFTopia is now only a scant month away, and we will also be hearing from them next month. So everybody, that's our show today. Thank you very much for joining and participating. Please stay safe out there. And if you're in the States, happy Independence Day for next week. I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.